Many of us have experienced that specific sense of being bruised, beaten, and completely lost in a fog of confusion. It's a weight that feels like it's pushing from every direction at once. When we are in that state, it is easy to assume we have been intentionally led astray, or that we are being singled out for some kind of punishment. We start to look for the metaphorical return of the prodigal son, the moment we can finally walk back into a place of safety and clarity after being somewhere tense and difficult for far too long. The expectation is often for a single, giant leap back into peace, even though the reality of healing usually feels much slower and more fragmented. If we spend all our energy trying to run from the pain, we never stop to consider if the struggle itself is serving a function. Viewing psychological struggle merely as a dead end or a sign of damage prevents us from seeing the internal logic of the experience. The source text suggests that hardship acts as a source of wisdom. It describes a force that shapes and molds us, acting as preparation for a future we can't yet see. This process of refinement uses emotional intensity to build resilience. It uses the weight of the experience to compress and structure our inner landscape. Refinement requires us to sit with our heaviest emotional burdens. We have to allow the pressure to do its work rather than trying to deflect it. Under this lens, a wound becomes an opening for grace. The points where we felt broken are places where something new can actually enter. Once we accept the pain, it provides the necessary entry point for healing and new opportunities that weren't available to us before the struggle. When we treat darkness as a teacher, the experience of suffering transforms into a tool for growth. To find our way through those openings, the author points to the light, a biblical reference that serves as a practical refuge, a guide, and a compass for finding direction. Accessing this clarity and surviving psychological darkness requires continuous, focused labor. It's a process of daily maintenance that demands our full attention every morning. The text maps this out as a 3-step cycle to keep the spirit from wearing out. First, die to yesterday, dropping the emotional weight. Second, unwrap the present, anchoring your mind in the now. Finally, rise renewed, stepping into the day with purpose. Inner peace is built through the steady repetition of this cycle. Renewal is a practice, something we do, rather than a one-time event that happens to us. The ultimate destination of this refinement cycle is a state described as being forever magnetized to the good. In this state, difficult moments still occur, but the constant, exhausting battle against the darkness begins to subside. Through the process of refinement, you develop an internal gravity. You find yourself naturally and permanently drawn toward light and love. We reach a lasting state of peace by letting our heavy experiences become the very paths we walk on. Think about the most difficult or painful part of your life right now. Consider what changes if you stop viewing those struggles as dead ends and start seeing them as openings for something new to emerge. Our struggles have the capacity to architect the very peace we have been searching for.